In this video, you will learn about the structural and functional properties of the three types of muscle tissue: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth muscle. Before we get into the specifics, let's first review some general muscle properties. First, contractility. Within muscle cells, protein filaments pull and slide together, producing a force called muscle tension. This tension regulates movement at the organ level. Keep in mind that muscles must overcome an opposing load or resistance in order to shorten. Second, excitability. Muscle cells can respond to different types of stimuli, such as mechanical, chemical, or electrical. In skeletal muscle, the chemical stimulus is a neurotransmitter released by a motor neuron. Once excited, muscles also demonstrate conductivity, meaning electrical changes spread quickly across the cell membrane. Third, distensibility and elasticity. Unlike most cells, muscle cells can stretch up to 3 times their resting length without rupturing. This is distensibility. And when stretched, they can also return to their original shape, a property called elasticity. Now let's look at the three muscle types individually. Cardiac muscle is found in the wall of the heart, also called the myocardium. The cells, called cardiac muscle fibers or cardiomyocytes, are striated, branching, and have a single round nucleus. They connect to each other at specialized junctions called intercalated discs, which contain desmosomes for strength and gap junctions for electrical communication. Contraction is involuntary, triggered by the heart's internal pacemaker and regulated by the autonomic nervous system and endocrine system. Striations are alternating light and dark staining bands that give cardiac muscle and skeletal muscle the appearance of stripes. Smooth muscle looks very different. The cells are spindle-shaped with a single central nucleus, and they lack striations. That's why we call it smooth. Smooth muscle is found in the walls of hollow organs, like the intestines, stomach, and blood vessels. Like cardiac muscle, contraction is involuntary and regulated by the autonomic nervous system and hormones. Inside smooth muscle cells, thin filaments anchor to dense bodies on the cell membrane, and actin and myosin are arranged diagonally. This causes the fibers to contract in a corkscrew pattern rather than straight shortening. Skeletal muscle is made of long, cylindrical, multinucleated fibers with visible striations, which are the alternating light and dark bands created by overlapping thick and thin filaments. These fibers are grouped into fascicles, bundles surrounded by connective tissue layers. The endomysium is loose connective tissue around each fiber. Dense fibrous connective tissue forms the perimysium around fascicles and the epimysium around the whole muscle. Muscles attach to bones via tendons, and contraction produces movement. The origin is the fixed attachment point, while the insertion is the point that moves during contraction. Skeletal muscle contraction is voluntary, controlled by the somatic nervous system. Inside skeletal muscle fibers, we see specialized structures: the sarcolemma or plasma membrane, myofibrils, which contain repeating sarcomeres, the contractile units of the muscle. Surrounding the myofibrils, the sarcoplasmic reticulum stores and releases calcium for contraction. T-tubules, deep folds of the membrane that transmit electrical signals into the cell, and terminal cisternae, expanded chambers of the sarcoplasmic reticulum that work with T-tubules to ensure rapid calcium release. To summarize, skeletal muscle is voluntary, striated, multinucleated, and specialized for movement. Cardiac muscle is striated, branching, involuntary, and specialized for pumping blood. Smooth muscle is non-striated, involuntary, and specialized for regulating movement in hollow organs. Together, these three muscle types demonstrate contractility, excitability, conductivity, distensibility, and elasticity, properties that make movement and organ function possible.